You're not broken. You're just tired. Tired in a way that sits in your bones, in your chest at night. In the silence you keep when you're driving alone, replaying what you said, what she said, trying to figure out what you did wrong. You're tired because you've been carrying the weight of showing up while she hides behind excuses and distance. Tired of explaining yourself to someone who only listens when it benefits her. You're tired because every time you forgive, you lose a little more of yourself. Every time you try to communicate, you're met with silence or cold replies that leave you questioning your own worth. You're tired of trying to fix what she keeps breaking, of giving her parts of your heart in the hope that she'll see your effort and meet you halfway, only to find her halfway to somewhere else. No one told you that. It's not your job to carry a relationship alone. No one told you that. You can't force love where it doesn't want to grow. You can't make someone stay who is committed to leaving, or save someone who benefits from your efforts while offering nothing back. You're tired because you've been giving everything while asking for so little in return. Compromising your standards, lowering your voice, twisting yourself into someone she will want, someone she will finally choose while she keeps you. As an option, a safety net, an emotional placeholder until she's ready, if she's ever ready. You're tired, not because you're weak, but because you've been strong for too long for someone who wouldn't lift a finger to hold the connection you've been fighting for every day. But it's time you see that you're not stuck because she left. You're stuck because you forgot yourself while trying to keep her. It's time to remember who you are. Asterisk, she's not confused. She's comfortable. She knows exactly what she's doing when she leaves your messages unread for hours. While you check your phone every few minutes hoping for a reply, she knows what she's doing when she pulls you close one moment, whispering promises only, to push you away the next with excuses and cold silence that keeps you questioning what you did wrong. She knows that every time she disappears, you will wait, you will worry, you will overthink, and you will be ready to accept her back the second she decides to reappear. She's not lost. She's not scared. She's not unsure. With your effort, your presence, your patience, your willingness to wait while she explores her options, tests your boundaries, and feeds off your consistent need to fix what she keeps breaking. She's comfortable because she knows you will be there, because she knows you will keep forgiving, keep showing up, keep lowering your standards just to keep her close, even if that closeness is built on confusion and emotional exhaustion. She knows you will keep answering her calls, keep replying to her half-hearted messages, keep making excuses for her lack of effort while she calls it taking things slow. You think she doesn't know what she's doing, but she does. She's managing your hope, your attachment, your desire for this to work, using your loyalty as her comfort zone while she avoids commitment but refuses to let you go. But you weren't put here to be a man who waits on the edge of someone else's uncertainty, to be someone's emotional safety net while she searches for herself or someone better. You weren't made to chase confusion disguised as love. You deserve clarity, effort, and respect. And the only way she will ever see your worth is when you stop accepting her comfort at the expense of your peace. Asterisk. You've spent so much time trying to get her to see your side, explaining your intentions, your feelings, your reasons, thinking that if you could just say it right, she would finally understand you. You've sent long messages, paragraphs you typed and retyped, thinking that if you could just make her see how much you care, how much you're hurting, she would change. But here's the truth you've been avoiding. If someone wanted to understand you, they would. If she wanted to hear you, she would listen. If she wanted to meet you in the middle, she would move. But she doesn't. And every time you explain yourself to someone who is committed to misunderstanding you, you hand over your power piece by piece, hoping that your words will build a bridge that she has no intention of crossing. You keep trying to fix what she keeps breaking, keep trying to prove yourself to someone who benefits from your confusion, gains control each time you justify your actions, your words, your love. She twists your truths into threats, your honesty into weapons she can use, your vulnerability into something she can question when it suits her. And while you are busy explaining, she is busy watching how far she can stretch this drama, how much you will tolerate, how long you will stay while she tests your loyalty under the weight of her chaos. The more you try to be understood, the more she pulls back. The more you chase, the the more she runs, using your need for clarity to feed her comfort in your presence. But a man who knows himself doesn't need to justify himself. You don't need to beg to be seen. Your worth isn't measured by how well you can convince someone to love you. Stop explaining. Let your silence speak the truth you've been trying to force her to hear. Asterisk. You can't heal while lying next to the very thing that keeps cutting you open. Keep telling yourself it will get better, that if you give it more time, if you show her more patience, if you just love her harder, she will see your worth and change. But every time you stay, you are choosing the same cycle. Choosing to bleed quietly while calling it love. Choosing to sacrifice your peace in exchange for small moments that make you feel seen, only to lose yourself again when the silence returns. You can't keep going back to the same fire and expect not to get burned. You keep thinking you can handle it, that you can endure her distance, her mood swings, her cold words. As long as you get those small moments where she is soft, where she is loving, where she feels like the woman you've been fighting to keep. But every time you take her back, you teach yourself to accept pain as normal, to accept confusion as love, to accept her inconsistency as part of what you deserve. You can't rebuild yourself in an environment that keeps tearing you down. Can't. Become the man you're meant to be while living in a space where you're constantly questioning your worth, constantly waiting for the next wave of distance to hit. You can't write a new chapter in your life while the villain still has the pen, and you're hoping she will rewrite the ending for you. Healing starts the moment you decide that walking away is not weakness, it's survival, it's strength. It's the commitment to yourself that your peace is worth more than her patterns. It's that your future deserves to be built on clarity, not chaos. You don't need her to change for you to heal. You need to leave to save yourself. Asterisk, your value isn't something you prove, it's something you live. Every time you try to prove your worth to her, you teach yourself to forget it, chasing her. Approval as if it will finally fill that space inside you that questions if you're enough. You try harder, text first, forgive quickly, hold back your boundaries, just to keep her close. Believing that if you do everything right, she will finally see you, finally appreciate you, finally give you the love you've been begging for in silent ways. But the truth is, every time you try to prove your worth, you trade your self-respect for temporary closeness, temporary attention, temporary reassurance that disappears the moment she pulls away again. You become the man who needs her validation. To feel steady, the man who silences his own needs so he doesn't scare her away. The man who forgets that love, effort, and respect should be given freely, not extracted through endless sacrifice. A man's value isn't found in how much he can please. It's how much he can fix, how much he can endure for someone who cannot see him. It's found in how he walks away from what drains him, how he holds his boundaries without fear, how he chooses his peace over chaos, even if it means being alone. Because a man who knows his worth doesn't need to convince anyone of it. He lives it quietly, confidently, allowing his silence to speak where words no longer matter. The moment you stop needing her validation, the moment you stop chasing her. Acceptance. You return to yourself. And in that moment, she will feel the shift. She will see the distance she created. And she will finally question why she took you for granted. Your worth was never up for debate, and now it's time you live like it.